After the Great War, a broken Europe craved order, glory, and a strong hand. Italy answered first. A former newspaper editor, Benito Mussolini, founded the fascist movement in 1919 and built squads of black-shirted enforcers. Italy must be feared and obeyed. I will revive the Eagle of Rome and make this nation great once more. September 1st, 1939. The lights go out across Europe. The night before, German operatives faked a Polish attack on a radio station at Gleiwitz. A staged crime, a manufactured excuse. By morning, German panzers, motorized infantry, and the Luftwaffe poured across the frontier from 3 directions. The world watched blitzkrieg for the first time. At Westerplatte, a tiny Polish garrison ordered to hold 12 hours held for nearly a week. War is declared, then for 8 months nothing happens. France trusts the Maginot Line, its chain of fortresses, but the line stops short of the forested Ardennes. German planners gamble on striking exactly there, where France least expects it. May 10th, 1940. The storm breaks. Panzers burst through the Ardennes, cross the Meuse near Sedan, and race for the Channel, cutting the Allied armies in two. Summer 1940. France has fallen. Britain stands alone. Hitler needed the skies before he could invade. The Luftwaffe fielded 2,600 aircraft. RAF Fighter Command had just 700, but Britain held radar, home ground, and factories outbuilding the enemy. Never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few. In the vast desert, 2 armies chased each other for 3 years. September 1940. Mussolini invades Egypt, dreaming of empire. Within months, his army collapses, surrendering over 130,000 men. Hitler must intervene. February 1941. The Afrika Korps lands, led by Erwin Rommel. The Desert Fox strikes with speed, driving the British back to Egypt. June 22, 1941. The largest invasion in human history begins at dawn. Hitler hurled 3.8 million troops across a 2,000-mile front in 3 army groups racing for Leningrad, Moscow, and Ukraine. We have only to kick in the door, and the whole rotten structure will come crashing down. December 7, 1941. A peaceful Sunday morning in Hawaii is about to shatter. At 7:48 a.m., 183 Japanese aircraft strike. Torpedo bombers skim the water. The USS Arizona explodes, killing 177 men in an instant. Amid the chaos, heroes rise. Sailor Doris Miller carried the wounded to safety, then manned an anti-aircraft gun he was never trained to fire. It did not begin with murder. It began with paperwork. In 1935, the Nuremberg laws stripped Jewish Germans of citizenship and rights, making persecution look legal. Then came Kristallnacht, November 1938. Over 1,000 synagogues burned, 30,000 men arrested, the streets shimmered with broken glass. After Poland fell in 1939, the Nazis built ghettos. Warsaw held over 400,000 people in barely 1 square mile. Then, in a quiet Berlin villa, 15 officials made it a system. Japan ruled the Pacific, but America was reading its mail. June 1942. Admiral Yamamoto plans a trap at Midway Atoll, a tiny speck northwest of Hawaii. Lure out America's carriers, sink them, make the Pacific a Japanese lake, destroy their fleet, and America loses its will. One decisive battle ends this war on our terms. Two dictators, one city on the Volga, a contest of pure will. August 1942. German bombers turn the city to rubble, but the wreckage becomes a fortress. Soviet soldiers fight from basements and sewers, room by room. Their average life expectancy, 24 hours. By November, Germans held 90% of the city. Then the trap snapped shut. Operation Uranus encircled the entire 6th Army. Nearly 300,000 men, sealed inside a freezing pocket. Churchill called Italy the soft underbelly of Europe. It was not soft. July 1943, Operation Husky lands 160,000 troops in Sicily. Mussolini falls within weeks. Italy surrenders and switches sides, but German forces seize the country, and what should be a swift march to Rome becomes mountain warfare. Let them have the mountains. Every ridge, every river will cost them blood. They will pay for each mile to Rome. June 1944. The largest invasion in history is about to begin. Hitler's Atlantic Wall guarded Fortress Europe with concrete bunkers and artillery. To crack it open, the Allies tricked the Germans into expecting an invasion at Pas de Calais, while nearly 7,000 ships and 150,000 troops aim for Normandy. The eyes of the world are upon you. The hopes and prayers of liberty-loving people everywhere march with you. Ten hours after Pearl Harbor, the bombs fell again, on the Philippines. December 8, 1941. Japanese planes caught MacArthur's Air Force on the ground. Within days, troops landed on Luzon. Manila fell. 80,000 American and Filipino soldiers retreated to the jungle peninsula of Bataan to hold until help arrived. It never did. I came through and I shall return. By 1945, the Third Reich is dying, and Berlin is the final prize. On January 12th, the Red Army unleashes 2 million soldiers, thousands of tanks, thousands of aircraft, all aimed at Hitler's capital. The race for Berlin has begun. As the Soviets close in, Hitler retreats to a concrete bunker beneath the Chancellery, moving armies that no longer exist across his maps. In a New Mexico desert, a flash brighter than the sun changes the world forever. By 1945, the Manhattan Project had built 2 atomic bombs. Over 130,000 workers labored in secret across America. The first test, Trinity, lit the sky on July 16th. An invasion of Japan could cost 1 million American lives. I had a weapon that could end the war in a stroke. The decision was mine alone. By August 1945, the Japanese Empire stood on the edge of total collapse. On August 6th, an atomic bomb erased Hiroshima. 3 days later, Nagasaki. America had a power no army could answer. For the first time in history, the Divine Emperor spoke directly to his people by radio. How do you put an entire regime on trial for murdering millions? November 1945. In Nuremberg, once home to Nazi rallies, 24 leaders face an international court. The United States, Britain, France, and the Soviet Union judge together. The charges include a new one: crimes against humanity. I obeyed Hitler, and I regret nothing. But you cannot hang a victor, only the defeated. History will judge me, not your court.